I wonder what happened to the other fifth. Until 2 o'clock in the morning, I find out I'm in a small tunnel.
I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss. Oh, but more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health, oh, and more than well, I wish you love. My breaking heart, and I agree that you and I will never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. But oh, honey, I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. Oh, but most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
Sam Crook, I wish you love. You know me, Ma, always a slow starter. Why is it when the weekends come, the only 2 days you work, kid, you're so run down, the house doctor has to sit in the booth with you? I don't know. Maybe it's spring fever. Bobby Dale from KSFO, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I get on the bridge with 2,000 other drunks coming home from North Beach, blasted out of their minds, and bitter, because one of those oil can Harry hustlers in front of the Broadway clubs. The drinks are free, no admission, no cover, no... Here's your check, sir, $250.
Yeah.
However, it's business
The
as
sun
usual.
now rises from 3 airports in the Bay Area. Hughes Air West, with the beautiful Sundance yellow jets, takes off from all 3 Bay Area airports, San Jose, Oakland, and San Francisco International. So if you're going to Las Vegas, Phoenix, or Tucson, fly Hughes Air West from the airport closest to home.
Hughes Air West has more jets to Phoenix from the Bay Area airports than all other airlines combined, including the only breakfast flights to Phoenix and the first morning flight from all 3 Bay Area airports to Phoenix. Do they come back in? Oh, yeah, they'll be back to sing for you.
The Hughes Air West sun. It rises in your own backyard.
Come fly the sun, fly Hughes Air West.
Sounded just like Don Ho and a choir of angels, sipping tiny bubbles out of a glass slipper. What are you doing, kid? I should have thought of put one of these commercials in the news. Is the election over? Yes. You don't have to worry about the no's and the yeses on the propositions that they throw your way, kid. Just a few things to get out of the way, and then I'll get out of your way.
Cosmonaut Rimsky-Nev calling Moscow. Spaceship is down. We have just planted Mother Russia's flag on moon. Huh? What is that? U.S. has just landed on Mars? Ugh, they have done it to us again.
For news coverage that's local, worldwide, and out of this world, go Tribune, more than a newspaper.
Okay. George Benson footing it. Before that, Gabor Szabo, wearing his glow-in-the-dark gypsy outfit in Sunshine Superman. 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, kid. Can't you go home? No. I'm just hemming and hawing around, thinking of something to say. All this time, you could have been reading one of your commercials. Up here on Nob Hill, a fabulous restaurant serving fabulous food all day long, into the wee small hours. As a matter of fact, we're open until 2 o'clock in the morning. I think we hit on them for too many freebies, and the tacos have been slowing down from Big Al's Mexican restaurant. So say, Bobby, can I use your name? I'm going to call Al Williams up at the Mexican restaurant there and, order 32 margaritas and, whatever, some guacamole sauce. How are things in guacamole? Fantastic. But the Mexican restaurant right here at the Fairmont, where you'll get the absolute best in south of the border food, in libations that you've ever tasted. Wish I'd have stuck around school. Al Williams, your host, at the Mexican restaurant known throughout the Bay Area as Mr. Mexican Food himself. And I'll vouch for it, no question to the fact. Delicious. And it's the kind of place where you can enjoy yourself in sweater, slacks, white tie and tails, before or after your night in the town, or in between until 2 o'clock. So go have an exciting Mexican meal at the Mexican restaurant right here at the Fairmont. Call 982-2355. That's their phone number, 982-2355. Reservations at the Mexican restaurant at the Fairmont. Al Williams will take good care of you. Bring me a margarita. Drag her down here, I don't care. I'm too tired to bring my own records in. What happened to Carmelita? It's a long story. I'll tell you about it when we're both older.
Goodbye, Levi's. Having on the things that feel when it feels just right. Helps the day to feel just right. Goodbye, Levi's.
Daddy will feel like $1 million in Levi's.
Yeah.
Goodbyes has Levi's new fuller-cut gentleman jeans, plus the largest selection of Levi's double knits in the Bay Area. Levi's day-press slacks and a great selection of casual pants put Dad into style for Father's Day.
You go get 'em, baby, because, you're heavy. Even in your slimmed-down style, you're heavy. peasant, wait.
Baby, take off your coat real slow. Baby, take off your shoes. Yeah, I'll take your shoes. Baby, take off your dress. Yes, yes, yes. You can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on. Go all over there, turn on the light. Know all the lights. Come back here, stand on this chair. That's right. Raise your arm up to the air. Shake 'em. You give me a reason to live. 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 Suspicious minds are talking, trying to tear us apart. They say that my love is wrong. They don't know what love is. 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 I know what love is.
Randy Newman, through Sunday at the boarding house. You can plug that because they're sold out anyway. Even with if you're with a band, you can't hardly get in. They had a party there last night. Well, it was supposed to be a party. Then Warner Brothers was throwing a reprise. Warner, one of those Sinatra labels. And so I get down to the boarding house about 8 o'clock. I'm with the KSFO table. I look around and see Alma Greer. She's sitting at a table so far back, man, that she was in danger of getting hit by a car. I said, look, I'm not with the KSFO table. I'm just a part-time jock. So they took me, like Carmelita, my faithful companion, and myself, managed to squeeze in at a table down front. And there at the very front table are the Warner Brothers representatives knocking over wine bottles. That's really a hell of a singer, man. I turn around, the disc jockeys are standing there. You know, no room at the inn that night, full of bitterness and hostility, and waiting for dark so they can roll Mr. Showbiz Pete Marino for his neon suit and his diamond ring. But Randy Newman, worth it any time. Bobby Dale, 25 minutes past 8 o'clock.
This is Dave McElladden. Right now I'm in Alpha Beta's market in Half Moon Bay, and I'm talking with
Gene Stokes.
Gene Stokes. You're standing here in front of Sundries, and down the way I see they've got tires and things to tune your car. It seems that there's no end of things you can buy at Alpha Beta.
That is right. I'm mostly interested in the cat and dog food.
It sounds like you have a lot of cats or a lot of dogs.
I have 5 cats and 2 dogs.
Well, aside from being able to take care of your animal farm, what are some of the other things that excite you about Alpha Beta?
I like their vegetables. They have a very good produce department, better than any of the other stores that I've seen, and they have good meats.
I see a sign over here that says, check the others and you'll stick with us. Do you think that's true?
I'd say so. I'd say so.
You're a comparative shopper. I mean, you do check the others.
Oh, very much so, yes.
Like Gene Stokes of Half Moon Bay, shop Total Discount Alpha Beta and see how much you save.
I like the prices. That's what I like.
The prices, that's it, man. Whatever happened to supermarket sweepstake? They don't have it on. They don't ever have any of the good shows. Strike It Rich, Family of 12, Sleeping in Grand Central Station.
No one likes us, I don't know why. We may not be perfect, but heaven knows we try. But all around, even our old friends put us down. Let's drop the big one and see what happens. We give them money, but are they grateful? No, they're spiteful and they're hateful. They don't respect us, so let's surprise them. We'll drop the big one and pulverize them. Asia's crowded, Europe's too old. Africa's far too hot and Canada's too cold. And South America stole our name. Let's drop the big one, there'll be no one left to blame us. We'll save Australia. Don't wanna hurt no kangaroo. We're building all-American amusement park there. They got surfing too. Boom goes London, boom Paris. More room for you and more room for me. In every city, the whole world round will just be another American town. Oh, how peaceful it will be. We'll set everybody free. You wear a Japanese kimono, baby, be Italian shoes to me. They all hate us anyhow. So let's drop the big one now. Let's drop the big one now.
Randy Newman. That's political science. Oh, that's one of my... That geography I liked. You did, yeah, with all the maps and the pins in them and things. Voodoo Dolls Are My Life. Yeah, from his album, unbelievable album, just incredible. Well, he's incredible. Kidding. He's a friend of mine. He is. No, not really. He was until last night when he said, it sure is a pleasure to work for such an attentive audience that's full of knowing showbiz people. Man, you're almost human. Fantastic. I think I'll put on a long record and down and catch you maybe the first set.
If you're looking for new stereo components, now's your chance to get them at prices you'd never expect to see, because Pacific Stereo's remodeling their Northern California warehouse in Emeryville at 6601 Bay Street. And your chance to get outstanding stereo components at fantastic buys. On the phone with me is Barry Taylor, manager of the retail stores. Barry, what's some of the good news from Pacific Stereo?
Like the old Irish adage, we lose money on every sale, but it's the volume that counts, and we're really moving the stuff out of here today.
Pacific Stereo ordinarily has low prices, and I understand you've reduced some of the prices on some of the stereo components even more for the sale.
Sure. During this time with this remodeling going on, we're really interested in getting some space in the warehouse and getting some of this merchandise out. And like I say, there's a lot of tags around. Ask salesmen for the price, and you'd be surprised at what they come up with.
The sale is on all day Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Barry, how do you get to Pacific Stereo's warehouse?
Well, this is a fairly easy place to get to. Coming down the East Shore Freeway, you turn off on Ashby and bear to the right, and you're right on Bay Street, and the warehouse is 6601 Bay Street.
So don't miss out on the fantastic buys at Pacific Stereo's giant warehouse sale going on right now from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I like that when it's on cartridge. Otherwise, I have to read it, and all those names that I don't understand in those letters, like an eye chart. Bobby Dale, 1 minute after 8:30. We'll be here till 2 in the morning.
KSFO in San Francisco.
Help me make it through the night.
United Airlines proudly presents the New Yorkers.
The great wide way to New York, New York.
With all the comforts of the widest coach seats in the sky and the widest array of dining adventures, from chef's specialties to Trader Vic, even to meals for the kiddies.
The great wide way to New York, New York.
With the widest choice of lounges on any 747, the 2 roomiest lounges in coach, plus soon on all flights, the biggest first-class lounge ever seen.
The great wide way across the USA.
Laughter and glamour and entertainment galore. A little bit of Broadway on United's New Yorkers. The great wide way to New York.
The great wide way to New York, New York.
My hometown. I miss the Bronx. Staten Island, too. Rambling through the zoo with you on one side of the bars and me on the other was a thrill that it's not easy to describe. It's not much, but we call it home. Oh, that's hole in the wall from the Packers. Temperature rising to 104, and the beer is warm. My old lady's mad. Oh.
Mama told me just before she died. My mama told me just before she died. My mama told me just before she died. Oh, mama told me just before she died.
South Shelley's Blues, Tracy Nelson with Earl Scruggs. 21 minutes before 9 o'clock. Before that, one from the Packers, Hole in the Wall, Bobby Dale. How you doing, Stumbles? Not bad. Considering I haven't even gone out to really live it up yet.
There's sort of an unusual car dealership over at Van Ness and Bush in San Francisco called Europa Cars, which describes its salesmen as car nuts. Don't be afraid. The word nut is not to be construed as meaning schizophrenic, manic depressive, or subject to hideous attacks of melancholy. The word nut here means enthusiast. As a result, when you walk into Europa Cars shopping for a Fiat 128, let's say, you're likely to be treated to an ebullient discourse on the Fiat 128's front-wheel drive and other engineering features that make it good enough for Mr. Ferrari. And you won't get a heavy-handed sales pitch on easy terms and low-down payment. That's refreshing.
It sure is.
So hustle over to Europa Cars and talk to the nuts about a brand-new Fiat for as little as $19.92. Europa Cars, Van Ness and Bush in San Francisco. A new kind of new car dealer.
Jerry, kind of laying back and hustling a few cars for you. God love you, kid. See if you can get me a deal on one. Mine looks like it's going downhill, no matter which way it's pointing.
It has come to my attention that my cousin has left his apples in the orchard. Where is the men's room? My sister has the keys to the apartment, and my bicycle tire needs air. Okay, the end.
What Reno Barzacchini was trying to say is that the PAL game is June 22nd this year. Tickets are $1, starting time is 6 p.m. A great show, and his bicycle tire needs air.
I noticed I got a memo that, well, it didn't actually point out that I was the only one who didn't volunteer to play. But they keep saying, come on, you kidding? None of us are baseball players. We're just here for a good time, and it's only a game. Strike three. And it's Charlie Brown time. They do 22 numbers on you. Tickets for the PAL game. I might go in as a pinch hitter. Tickets for the PAL game are available now at KSFO in general admission, $1. Children under 12 will be admitted free. And that's Thursday, June 22nd at the Cow Palace. They're a lot of fun, though. The two I went to before I was fired, folks. Granny Goose gives you a break. 2 great McDonald's cheeseburgers for the price of 1. Look for specially marked twin packs of Granny Goose potato chips and dip chips at your local store. Inside, there's a coupon good for 1 free McDonald's cheeseburger when you buy the first at regular price. So pick up a twin pack of always fresh, always delicious Granny Goose potato chips, and then to McDonald's for a couple of cheeseburgers in the back seat. God, yes. And second one free, honey, with your Granny Goose coupon. Offer expires June 12th, so you don't have much time. Stop at the McDonald's, 1433 Fremont Boulevard in Seaside. Bobby Dale. How you doing? Fading.
And I can hear the angels sing a song that only angels sing. She's such a pretty thing, and I can feel my heart just a thumping and a skipping when I'm kissing my love. Now when I'm kissing my love. kiss and hug. She's got me in love, and I can feel my heart just a thumping and a skipping when I'm kissing my love. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Put your foot on the rock and pat your foot, don't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Hey, put your foot on the rock. I know you just can't stop. Put your foot on the rock. Now when I'm kissing my love, feel the blood pumping in my veins. Bless her name now when I'm kissing my love. She's such a tender cinder with a sweet young frame. Oh, now she's so good at what she does. All she wanna do is kiss and hug. She's got me in love, and I can feel my heart just a thumping and a skipping when I'm kissing my love. Hey,
When I'm kissing my love, Bill Withers. Feel like you need a vacation? Yeah, kind of listless and run down. I don't wonder at it, sir, with your maddening pace. If you do feel like a short vacation, give yourself a holiday. Nevada Lodge at North Lake Tahoe. It doesn't take a lot of time. A day or two will do nicely, and you enjoy a refreshing change of scenery plus an exciting world of fun. Nevada Lodge has all the makings for a great time anytime, and there's 24-hour state line action, all-star entertainment, fine dining, and beautiful mountain scenery. Right now you can catch Wendy in the storm warnings. Wendy, her eyes flash when she hears a lie. I know her, along with the Sammy J Show, nightly in the Theater Lounge, and the Nevada Lodge is more than just a lodge. So if you feel like you need a refreshing change of scenery, then you get up there to the North Shore's friendliest fun spot, plan to stay overnight, enjoy yourself. To make room reservations, you ask the operator. For Nevada Lodge at Crystal Bay, North Lake Tahoe. For Nevada-style action in Reno, you stop by the Nevada Club in the downtown Fun Strip. And Bobby Dale from KSFO till 2 in the morning.
This is Doug Pledger. I did my first commercial for Eureka Federal Savings in 1953. Now, with that in mind, you may be somewhat puzzled by this statement. Banks are a very important part of the community. I use a bank myself, but banks, with all their services, have a weak return on savings. For example, Eureka Federal Savings pays 25% more than most banks on regular passbook accounts. Let's see how that comes out in actual money. On a $1,000 regular passbook account, your interest for a year will be $41.04 at most banks, but at Eureka Federal, it'll be $51.30. Now, is a bank safer? Well, certainly not. Accounts at both banks and Eureka Federal are insured to $20,000 by an instrumentality of the federal government. So why does Eureka Federal pay more? Because they specialize in savings. And since they pay 25% more on regular passbook accounts than banks, doesn't it make sense to let banks do the services they're best at and move your savings to Eureka Federal, where you get the maximum legal rates on federally insured savings? I say so.
Yeah. Well, I'll agree with you, sir, of course. Bob Holmes handed me a brand new, never-read-before weather forecast for the Bay. It calls for fair weather with a warming trend through Monday. Overnight lows, middle 40s to low 50s. Highs tomorrow, 60s near the coast to the middle 70s inland tomorrow, and the low 80s on Monday. And life goes on the hard way. Timekeeper's listening.
Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh God, how they could love. swore to be true to each other, just as true as the stars above. He was her man, but he done her wrong. Now Frankie, she was a good woman, as everybody knows. She paid $100 for every suit of Johnny's clothes. She loved that man, but he done her wrong. Now it wasn't murder in the first degree, wasn't murder in the third. Frankie, she simply dropped a man like a hunter drops a bird. She killed that man 'cause he done her wrong. The first time she shot him, he staggered. The next time she shot him, he fell. Last time she shot him, oh Lordy, there was a new man's face in hell. She killed that man. God knows he done her wrong. Then Frankie went down on Broadway, for as she could see, all she could hear was a two-string bow playing there, oh my God, to thee, all over town. Poor Johnny's dead. Now this story has no moral, and this story has no end. This story only goes to show that there ain't no good in some men. They'll do you wrong just to show as you're born.
Josh White from the album Men Are Like That. Yeah, are they? Well, they better watch it. 8 minutes before 9 o'clock from KSFO. Bobby Dale, you sound like you're in your last hour. Yes, well, mine has not been an easy life, as you probably have already heard from your neighbors.
I hold an image in my mind of sun and wind and air, of friends and foods, contented moods, and flying here and there.
Only one airline leaves directly for Canada when you're flying to Toronto or Montreal from San Francisco, and that airline is CP Air. We'll jet you non-stop to Vancouver first. Then it's non-stop executive jet service all the rest of the way. If you think we call it executive jet service because it's something special, you're right. San Francisco to Toronto or Montreal is easier on CP Air. Mention that to your travel agent.
And always when I fly, CP Air.
Canadian Pacific Airlines flies to Canada, Europe, Asia, South America, and the South Pacific. You can too.
That was one of your pilots singing, was it? No, that's just some kid dancing around his bedroom, looking out on a Saturday night in San Francisco. Doubleheader coming up at Candlestick tomorrow. The Cubs beat San Francisco today, 4-2, and doubleheader tomorrow. If you can't make it out to the park, game starts at 1 o'clock broadcast time. On KSFO will be at 12:40.
This is about how Kentucky Fried Chicken got to be what it got to be.
What's the Colonel been smoking?
You see, Kentucky Fried Chicken is more than just for Sunday dinner. Yeah! It's a snack, it's a lunch, it's a picnic, and we love it on the rooftops, in the park, in the cars, anytime, at any place. America loves what the Colonel cooks. It's making good.
Pick up what Colonel Sanders cooks at your nearby Kentucky Fried Chicken take-home.
I really shouldn't tell this, but when the Kentucky Derby was on TV, my chick wanted to know if there was any connection between the two. Just the mint juleps, honey. in the straw. Her heavy will just split one. Should I find a new copy of the Bob Leeper Big Band Beatles song? Boy, those clocks are really goofed up. What are we doing? What do you mean goofed up? Well, I can't tell if it's a minute before 9 or if we can just fill in with a little instrumental music in the background as I cleverly ad-lib my way up to Bob Holmes and What's New. Let her go, God bless her. Never bought me anything but grief, misery, and pain. Oh, no, they're all alike, honey. You can't trust her one of them. Especially if they're up and outdoors. Must remember to play that in its entirety. Oh, it is 9 o'clock. KSFO in San Francisco with Bobby Dale. We'll be back after Bob Holmes and What's New 5 minutes from now.
This is KSFO News. As floodwaters started to slowly go down at nightfall in Rapid City, South Dakota, the death toll goes up. It now stands at 155 known dead. Rescue crews say many, many more bodies will be found when rescue operations resume tomorrow morning. Rain-fed flash floods collapsed a dam, sending a torrent of water roaring out of the Black Hills upon Rapid City and surrounding towns, touching off fires and explosions. Thousands of persons are homeless, 300 or more are reported missing, and almost 1,000 are injured. Damage in the disaster is conservatively estimated at $100 million, and authorities say little has been heard from more than 4,000 tourists believed to be camping in the Black Hills, close by one of the country's greatest scenic attractions, Mount Rushmore. Overseas, American B-52s are bombing suspected Viet Cong positions just west of Saigon only hours after communist ground troops overran 2 government posts a few miles south of the capital. The huge 8-engine bombers striking near Duck Ho, where Viet Cong guerrillas driven out of Trong Bang 2 days earlier are believed to be hiding. The bomber raids are the closest to the capital in almost 3 years. 10 other B-52 missions were flown near Quang Tri, Hue, and Kontum. Hanoi's secret negotiator at the Paris Peace Conference, Lee Duk-to, is on his way to Bulgaria tonight, not saying when he'll return, and a Soviet ship carrying medical supplies and chartered to the North Vietnamese is on its way from Japan to try and run the U.S. blockade of Haiphong Harbor. Presidential advisor Henry Kissinger is conferring with Japanese Prime Minister Sato today. Sources in high Japanese circles say Kissinger is assuring Sato that China will probably not use force against Taiwan, nor will the U.S. abandon Japan while trying for closer ties with China and Russia. George McGovern met with George Wallace today. The senator says he did not seek Wallace's support for a first ballot nomination at the Democratic convention, but he says he's not ruling out the possibility of a cabinet position for the Alabama governor if McGovern is elected. California's delegations to the Democratic and Republican conventions met separately in the same Los Angeles hotel today, but their proximity was a matter of chance with no contact between the two. The Democratic delegation says California will stick by Senator McGovern if he doesn't take an early victory for as many ballots as necessary. The rattle of the roulette wheel, the cries of "hit me," and the shuffling of cards were all suddenly interrupted this morning as San Francisco police raided a plush Haight-Ashbury gambling casino that had practically all the gambling facilities of a casino in Nevada. 47 persons are under arrest following the raid. Quantities of drugs were also found in a ground-floor bar, along with liquor being sold after hours. Trades union workers who've been picketing UC Berkeley are picking up support as labor unionists in 6 Bay Area counties are promising to add their backing to a strike. The unions adding their support include the Newspaper and Periodical Drivers Union and the Contra Costa County Central Labor Council, who indicate they'll step up picketing at the Berkeley campus. And I'll have more news in just a moment.
Back in the golden days when a saloon was called a saloon, the free lunch was an ingenious incentive to prolong the gentleman's stay. Booths for ladies. You bought your beverage for a nickel, and the mixer of the day was Belfast, and then got in line for your free lunch. A generous slice from a roast quarter of shorthorn steer, Swedish hardtack bread sliced 1.5 inches thick, hot homemade mustard, thick-cut sausage, Scandinavian cheese, and other diverse delicacies. That was the free lunch in the other 70s. And no wonder the big spenders ponied up another nickel and went around again and again. And Belfast was there. Extraordinary Belfast sparkling water and incomparable Belfast ginger ale. Belfast. a sparkling part of the good life in San Francisco since 1877.
KSFO Sports reports Riva Ridge captured the Belmont Stakes today. Going away, the winner of the Kentucky Derby becomes the first stakes winner since Citation in 1948 to lead at every pole position. In baseball today, the Giants went down to defeat at the hands of the Chicago Cubs at Candlestick 4-2. They'll meet in a doubleheader tomorrow at 1 o'clock with the KSFO broadcast at 12:40. Tonight, after 6 innings, Pittsburgh and the Dodgers are tied 1-1. In the American League, Oakland beat Detroit today 5-2. Bay Area weather fair with a warming trend through Monday. Overnight lows in the mid-40s to low 50s. Highs tomorrow in the 60s along the coast to the mid-70s inland and into the low 80s on Monday. In the Sierra, clearing in the north this evening, then fair otherwise through Monday. That's KSFO News. Bob Holmes reporting. KSFO News is everywhere. Now, with more music, here's Bobby Dale.
Felt guilty about just playing a portion of that Quincy Jones. I'm a big fan of his, but he never writes. He never worries, never comes home. He's better off. Quincy Jones, the guitar of Arthur Adams. Main squeeze, Bobby Dale at 9:08. Saturday night twin spin sound. I got what you're going to say. Almost. Oh,
what a woman. She treats me uncommonly good. Yeah, she does. My woman, she treats me like my woman should. Yeah, she does. Well, she's as good as a woman can be. Anything to satisfy me. Well, oh, what a woman. She treats me uncommonly good. Watch me now. Tell you about my woman. Well, she cleans my house, she sews my breeches, scratches my back every time it itches, cooks my food and has my young'uns, makes me proud to see my woman. Hey! She knows I like corn buttermilk, onions, and tomatoes. White beans, turnip greens, Irish potatoes. Sets me a table that's fit for a king, 'cause she loves just being my queen. Oh, what a woman treats me uncommonly good. Pick it, son. I'm gonna tell you about my woman. Now some fellas don't know when to take a wife, just what kind of woman they stuck with for life. Now I've known men who took a spouse and she wind up wearing the breeches in the house. You ready for that? Yeah, but now my little woman on the other hand can't do enough to please her man. Spends her time just being my girl, and there's not another like her in the world. Oh, what a woman treats me uncommonly good. Yes, she does. My woman treats me like my woman should. Uh-huh. Well, she's good at a woman can be anything to satisfy me. Well, oh, what a woman treats me uncommonly good.
Oh, what a woman. Before that, Quincy Jones off For Love of Ivory, not For Love of Ivory, Lost Man soundtrack. Mean Squeeze with Arthur Adams. Bobby Dale. Hey, Punchy. What's the matter? Nothing. I couldn't believe I found myself sitting in with Rick Wagstaff this morning about 7 o'clock. What are you doing here? So I don't know. I thought maybe you had an answer, or you could tell me, or, you know, notify one of the higher-ups from KSFO to find out what I was doing there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was waiting to see Dick McGarvin come in at 9. See if he had any calluses on his hands from playing Drumming Man.
If you're looking for new stereo components, now's your chance to get them at prices you'd never expect to see, because Pacific Stereo's remodeling their Northern California warehouse in Emeryville at 6601 Bay Street. And your chance to get outstanding stereo components at fantastic buys. On the phone with me is Barry Taylor, manager of the retail stores. Barry, what's some of the good news from Pacific Stereo?
Like the old Irish adage, we lose money on every sale, but it's the volume that counts, and we're really moving the stuff out of here today.
Pacific Stereo ordinarily has low prices, and I understand you've reduced some of the prices on some of the stereo components even more for the sale.
Sure. During this time with this remodeling going on, we're really interested in getting some space in the warehouse and getting some of this merchandise out. And like I say, there's a lot of tags around. Ask salesmen for the price, and you'd be surprised at what they come up with.
The sale is on all day Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Barry, how do you get to Pacific Stereo's warehouse?
Well, this is a fairly easy place to get to. Coming down the East Shore Freeway, you turn off on Ashby and bear to the right, and you're right on Bay Street, and the warehouse is 6601 Bay Street.
So don't miss out on the fantastic buys at Pacific Stereo's giant warehouse sale going on right now from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Thank you. They must have heard about my exhausted condition. Therefore, they put their commercials on cartridge. I'm forever beholden to you. And should I ever find full-time employment, I'm going to come down and buy some earphones from you.
The only woman in American history to plan and conduct a battle against enemy forces was a black woman. Harriet Tubman was more famous, however, for her Underground Railroad. While she was still a slave, she made more than 19 trips in and out of the South and led more than 300 slaves to freedom. In fact, she was so successful that a reward of $60,000 was offered for her capture, dead or alive. The bounty was never collected. During the Civil War, she served as a medic, scout, and spy for the Union Army. After the war, she went back to her home in Auburn, New York, where she took care of destitute blacks until she died. Harriet Tubman, another black woman who helped make America what it is today.
If you'd like a copy of this and other facts about black people in American history, send a postcard to Facts About Blacks, care of KSFO 950 California Street, San Francisco, California.
I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California on my mind.
Yeah.
I straddled that Greyhound and rode him into Raleigh and on across Carolina. We stopped in Charlotte to bypass Rock Hill. We never was a minute late. We was 90 miles out of Atlanta by sundown, rolling out of Georgia State. We had more trouble that turned into a struggle halfway across Alabama. And that hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham. Right away I bought me a through train ticket riding across Mississippi clean. And I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham smoking into New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, just help me get to Houston town. There are people there who care a little about me and they won't let the poor boy down. Sure as you're born, they bought me a silk suit and put luggage in my hand. And I woke up high over Albuquerque on a jet to the promised land. Working on a T-bone steak, Alicardi flying over to the Golden State. When the pilot told us in 13 minutes he would set us at the terminal gate. Swing low chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engines and cool your wings and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, give me Norfolk, Virginia, Tidewater 41009. Tell the folks back home this is the promised land calling and the poor boys on the line.
The one and only Chuck Berry in Promised Land, Bobby Dale at 17 minutes after 9 o'clock on a Saturday night from KSFO till 2 o'clock in the morning. That sure is an incredible record. Did I point at you?
This is Dave McElhatton on location today in the Alpha Beta Market at
I
Bayfair
forgot.
Shopping Center in San
Hi,
Leandro.
Dave.
And right now I'm talking with Sharon Sebastian.
Hi, Sharon.
Sharon, you're here, you said, because you heard these commercials and you wanted to find out if that was all really true.
That's right. That's why I'm here today.
What did you find out?
I find out the bargains are really terrific. I haven't even gotten halfway around the store, and I'm quite pleased.
Is this the first time you've been here?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm glad the commercials work. I see you got sidetracked here in the candle counter, though.
Right. No store before have I seen, the candle ads, and I love doing crafts, so now I thought I'd stop and give it a try and see what I could do. It's really a time saver, having everything in one spot.
Have you had a chance to check on the prices yet to see if there really is a total discount every day?
What I have here, which isn't much yet, I do notice a slight change, and I'm sure by the time I go to the meats and the produce, I'll find a great change.
Why don't you take my hint, as Sharon Sebastian did, and shop total discount Alpha Beta and see if it doesn't make you happy, too. You didn't think you'd ever do this, did you?
No, I didn't. That's why I was shocked.
Yeah, nobody thinks it. But then if rent comes due and hard times, so what are you going to do? And all that reality closes in on you. Who stole my heart? Who's appearing at the Sahara Tahoe Hotel? They have 3 question marks. Must be a trio. Rowan and Martin and a drummer. June 7th through June 21st. Call information for a free reservation number. Sahara Tahoe Hotel. strange guy, Larry Coryell. Oh, when he was with Chico Hamilton. Must have been about 19, 20 years old with those thick glasses. Looked a little like Randy Newman with a guitar in his hand. And that's Larry of Arabia off an album, The Best of Chico Hamilton. Bobby Dale at 24 minutes past 9 from KSFO. After we quench your thirst, we're going to get... You're going to play a couple, yes, a couple nice ones. And
here is your 1-minute stork training lesson for today.
What is it?
The European white stork has long been credited with one trick which may be somewhat beyond his capabilities. Recent research has raised some question in regard to this theory. However, in respect to the fallibility of science, the first trick to teach your stork is, don't stop here. Repeat the command, don't stop here, softly, over and over in a whispering tone. Contrary by nature, the stork will sometimes stop where he is least expected. When this happens, get yourself another bird and pour yourself an ice-cold glass of Mug old-fashioned root beer. Mug is the one root beer with true draft taste. They make it the way they used to. Mug root beer is the ideal drink for stork trainers and former stork trainers. Mug old-fashioned root beer. You haven't tasted root beer like this in years.
Yeah, you ever see a Bugs Bunny cartoon where a stork got drunk quite by accident, staggering around with this baby? It's, congratulations, you're a mother. I liked it.
Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. Oh, but that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside a garden wall when stars are bright. You are in my arms, the nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain.
I saw you last night and got that old feeling when you came inside. I got that old feeling the moment that you danced by. I felt a thrill And when you caught my eye, my heart stood still. Once again I seemed to feel that old yearning, and I knew the spark of love was still burning. There'll be no new romance for me. It's foolish to start, for that old feeling is still in my heart. There'll be no new romance for me. It's foolish to start, for that old feeling is still in my heart.
What a touch. Les Paul, Mary Ford, that old feeling. Hoagie Carmichael, the author, in Stardust. KSFO in San Francisco, 1 minute after. That concludes our Ladies' Choice Twin Spin Sound Saturday Night Sandwich. 1 minute after 9:30. Bobby Dale from KSFO in San Francisco. Say, don't yell at me, if you're looking for carpet now, right now, and you want to do it yourself, it's the time to get real value at a bargain at World of Carpets, with hundreds of small remnant pieces floating about the room. Room size such as 9 by 12 or 12 by 30, and nylon, wool, acrylon, polyester. You'll find it at World of Carpets, Noriega at 23rd Avenue. One example of the many fine bargains. A small remnant of beautiful gold Codell shag. It's a new game. Is it like kick the can? A little. The size 12 by 12, normally priced at $148. Right now, cash and carry, only $79. That's a savings of $69, a big 47% off the normal price. All are real values, and they have a wide selection of colors, probably just what you want. So for a carpet bargain, you visit World of Carpets, Noriega, 23rd Avenue. All first-quality carpet from 15 of the finest mills, like Bourbon, Lee's, Bigelow. I'm from the Mill City. Isn't that Minneapolis? Yes, that's what it is. You win something, but I don't know what it is. The address for World of Carpets, Noriega, at 23rd Avenue. Phone number 731-3170. If you have some questions about carpet, or you're confused about new fabrics, call World of Carpets, 731-3170. They'll be happy to help you out.
never been blue till you've had that mood indigo. That feeling goes stealing down to my shoes while I just sit here and sigh. Go long blues. I always get that mood indigo since my baby said goodbye. And in the evening when the lights are low, I'm so lonely I could cry. For there's nobody who cares about me. I'm just a poor fool that's bluer than blue can be. When I get that mood indigo, I could lay me down and die. Never been blue. No, 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 no. You ain't never been blue till you've had that mood indigo. That feeling goes stealing down to my shoes while I just sit here and sigh. Go long blue.
Nina Simone, you ain't never been blue till you had that mood indigo all the way down to the bottom of your shoes. Bobby Dale, 23 minutes before 10 o'clock. What's that? Sounds just like a fire, doesn't it? It's a fire sale that we're having, folks.
Just when it seems that nobody cares, it's nice to know there's someone who listens. Carte blanche in a world that's filled with machines. It's nice to know that somebody's there, we care. Carte blanche.
Carte Blanche is the personal kind of credit card that puts people between you and our computer. People who can answer your questions and get back to you when you have a problem, not in weeks or months, but in days. Pick up an application soon, wherever you see our welcome sign. Carte Blanche. We made the credit card business a brand new card game.
Just when it seems that nobody cares, it's nice to know that somebody's there, we care. Carte Blanche.
That's your, huh? Really? If you like English, if you like English cuisine, your carte, I don't understand the English don't even like it. Whenever we eat there, we fly to France. Fantastic. Take your Carte Blanche credit card with you. You'll be welcome at the Coachman Restaurant, 1057 Powell, here in San Francisco. Looking for, I thought it was a memo that said, everybody who wants to participate in the PAL game, please check off your name. And I didn't, just to check on whether they would check it off for me, because it's strictly voluntary. Sure enough, they got me down there.
This is a special report on the upcoming PAL game scheduled for 6 o'clock, June 22nd at the Cow Palace. Players for the KSFO team are threatening a boycott. They have a number of demands and are currently negotiating with team manager Peter Scott. Here now is a portion of that negotiation meeting that occurred earlier today.
All right, this year I want some great strategy. I don't care about your demands. I want strategy. That's all I want is strategy.
That's why we want
you got to have a team first.
That's right.
Team comes before strategy.
That's
Listen,
right.
I'll get scabs. I'll play with scabs.
You've got scabs. You've got scabs.
You'll have scabs after the first inning.
Both sides have assured us that the demands are within the bounds of ridicule and therefore have an excellent chance of being settled before game time on the 22nd. Stay tuned for further developments and ticket information.
Where's that tag? Oh, here are the tickets for the Pal game available now at KSFO. General admission, $1, children under 12. Admitted free. If you're feeling blue, come out and have a few laughs. Even if I don't go in and pinch hit for somebody, I'll promise to put a lampshade on and dance with the hall tree. So you shouldn't be disappointed in Bobby Dale in his image. Make some boy or girl happy. Sign up for the Stanley Wong Big League Sweepstakes every week during baseball season. This for the International House of Pancakes. It is? Yes. That's what it says. Every week during baseball season, the winner, you may win free as a prize a Major League bat, glove, cap, ball, plus a chance on the grand sweepstake prize of an all-expense-paid trip for two to attend the opening game of the 1972 World Series in whatever city that game is played. And all one has to do to participate, fill out an entry blank at the International House of Pancake Restaurant, located Pearson Lombard in San Francisco, or the International House of Pancakes Restaurant in Berkeley at Derby and Telegraph Avenue. No obligation, just go in, fill out an entry blank. One does not have to be present to win. How about you have to be breathing? Well, it would help. You'd enjoy it more, I'll tell you that. Sign up, make some boy or girl happy. Happiness is money. Don't want to have to work for it, though. John Mayall, Lou Mitchell in trumpet, Freddie Robinson guitar, Change Your Ways.
Last night I had a dream, you were in it, and I was in it with you. And everyone that I know, and everyone that you know was in my dream. I saw a vampire, I saw a ghost, and everybody scared me. You scared me the most. Dream I had last night, dream I had last night. Started out in the barnyard, sundown, and everyone was laughing. You were lying on the ground. You say, honey, can you tell me what your name is? Honey, can you tell me what your name is? I say, you know what my name is. Last night I had a dream, you were in it, and I was in it with you. And everyone that I know, and everyone that you know was in my dream. Saw a vampire, I saw a ghost, everybody scared me. You scared me the most. The dream I had last night, the dream I had last night in my dream.
Randy Newman. Some happenings while my eyes were closed.
I got some so-called friends. They'll smile right to my face. Oh, when my back is turned, they like to stick it to me, yes they would. Oh no, no, oh no, no. There's only one thing I need to know. Whose side are you on? I fly in a JFK. My heart goes boom, boom, boom. I know that customs man, he's gonna take me to that little room. Oh no, no, oh no, no. There's only one thing I need to know. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? I got the paranoia blues. I'm knocking around in New York City. Well, they roll you for a nickel and they stick you for the extra dime. Any way you choose, you're bound to lose in New York City. Oh, I just got out in the nick of time. Well, I just got out in the nick of time. Once I was down in Chinatown, I was eating some Lin's Chow Fun. I happened to turn around
And when I looked, I see my child phone's gone. Oh no, no. Oh no, no. There's only one thing I need to know. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Well, there's only one thing I need to know. Whose side? Whose side? Whose side?
The good old Paranoia Blues, Paul Simon. Bobby Dale at 10 minutes before 10.
If you're looking for new stereo components, now's your chance to get them at prices you'd never expect to see, because Pacific Stereo's remodeling their Northern California warehouse in Emeryville at 6601 Bay Street. And your chance to get outstanding stereo components at fantastic buys. On the phone with me is Barry Taylor, manager of the retail stores. Barry, what's some of the good news from Pacific Stereo?
Like the old Irish adage, we lose money on every sale, but it's the volume that counts, and we're really moving the stuff out of here today.
Pacific Stereo ordinarily has low prices, and I understand you've reduced some of the prices on some of the stereo components even more for the sale.
Sure, during this time with this remodeling going on, we're really interested in getting some space in the warehouse and getting some of this merchandise out. And like I say, there's a lot of tags around. Ask salesmen for the price, and you'd be surprised at what they come up with.
The sale is on all day Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Barry, how do you get to Pacific Stereo's warehouse?
Well, this is a fairly easy place to get to. Coming down the East Shore Freeway, you turn off on Ashby and bear to the right, and you're right on Bay Street, and the warehouse is 6601 Bay Street.
So don't miss out on the fantastic buys at Pacific Stereo's giant warehouse sale going on right now from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Sounds exciting. Had they not shut off my electricity for some trifling, I can't even remember what it was I did or didn't do, I'd go down there and give me a new rig and plow up the South 40 and plant something worthwhile. Gee, what do you got? What do you got? Well, we got a Scott Beach essay, but before that, from Dave Rosenberg. You all know Davy the Fat Boy, who's really Carol Dota in Prague. It's, San Francisco's convention and tourist business is off. We can't wait for politicians to get out their backsides to give San Francisco what they really need, a convention center. The topless and bottomless nightclubs are taking out an insurance policy for their street. They're going to give the city a landmark that tourists can really talk about. Press conference Friday, June 16th, 12:30 p.m. right on Broadway, in front of the Hungry Eye, Roaring 20, Big Al's in the smoke shop. This promotion will top anything Hollywood could dream up, I believe it. Gerald Dodo will be there, I have no doubt, singing a medley of her hit, Farms in Berkeley.
And now, Out of His Mind, thoughts from Scott Beach.
And now, the history of the United States in 30 seconds.
Columbus discovers America.
And look what I'm a find.
The Pilgrims land on Plymouth Rock.
Thee, thy, thou.
The Revolutionary War. Bang.
Dash it all.
The Civil War. Bang.
We done got whooped.
The Industrial Revolution.
Click, whir, rattle, rattle.
The 20th century.
Happy New Year.
World War I. Bang.
Donnerwetter.
World War II. Bang.
Donnerwetter again.
Boom.
Aye.
Vietnam. Bang.
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 I remember the record
Bang.
label.
Bang.
Scott Beach, KSFO.
Oh, yeah.
The opinions expressed by Scott Beach are not necessarily those of KSFO, its sponsors, or anybody else.
Well, he's too deep for her. Not that my audience isn't deep. They're so in trouble, it's outrageous. But, we're a happy time, you know, we don't want to. What time's he on? 6 o'clock Sunday morning. So he shouldn't do us any harm.
his thumbs hooked in his belt, kept standing in the street with his thumbs hooked in his belt, looking all of 17. Guess who invited him up to her room? Guess who made him some tea? Guess who got spaced with him, played his guitar? Guess who fell asleep on his arm? La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Guess who got lost in his eyes? Guess who kissed him goodnight? Guess who phoned me out this morning while I was still asleep? Not like waking up at all. La da 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 da. Been dreaming
Puffy St. Marie. Guess who I saw in Paris? Out of work. Standing on a corner screaming, "They're not treating us right over here." In San Francisco for an excellent dinner and exciting entertainment, the Plantation Beefsteak House and Lounge at Ghirardelli Square. The Plantation Steakhouse features a New York filet rack of lamb, choice cuts of prime rib and lobster, and a spectacular view of the bay. The Plantation Lounge offers the biggest and the best burgers and omelets in town, and for entertainment, the magnificent sound of Frank Sinatra's Discovery, Hillard Street. All right. Discovered him going through his pockets. Make an evening of it at the Plantation in the Old Chocolate Building in Ghirardelli Square. Open for lunch 11:30, happy hour at 5:30. I opened the door and there it was. I said, what the hell's going on? I just got over malaria. And, well, for about 40 years. Love me as you love me in my reverie. Whatever happened to your reverie? Repossessed it, like everything else I owned. Django Reinhardt. 1 minute after 10, Bobby Dale from KSFO in San Francisco. Bob Holmes with What's New. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
This is KSFO News. Floodwaters are receding in Rapid City, South Dakota, but the death toll continues to rise, now standing at 155 persons, and that many more are feared dead. The search for bodies is suspended till daylight. Thousands are reported homeless, 300 or more reported missing, and almost 1,000 injured. And the nearby town of Keystone is reported virtually wiped out. Earlier this afternoon, KSFO correspondent Bill Riley in a National Guard helicopter flew over the scene.
Below me now I can see ranch houses knocked off their foundations and slammed into each other like little matchbox homes on miniature railroads. Trailer homes knocked off their foundations or wheels, slammed into each other, turned onto their side, just smashed.
Later on the ground, Riley gave us his impression of the devastated area.
The force of this flood is unusual. This is what has struck me. The fact that it was not a slowly rising flood as the previous floods I've covered have been. This was a flood that was obviously a flash flood, and it just came in a wall of water, perhaps, smashing trailer homes and ranch homes right off their concrete foundations, running them into each other, piling up automobiles galore. And the waters now have receded considerably, and there really isn't too much underwater.
Captain Tom McGrary of the helicopter medical evacuation team says he found survivors in several areas.
On tops of houses, stranded on little islands in the flooded streams, a little bit of everywhere. They waved arms, flags, everything. They wrote out SOS, help, and things like this on the ground with sticks and rocks and things.
Authorities placed a 9 p.m. curfew on Rapid City, with anyone on the street without proper authorization being subject to arrest after that time. There have been instances of looting and shooting in some parts of the city. The Army and National Guard troops are moving into the area to help maintain control and help with the search and evacuation. The Red Cross is setting up a series of ham radio links between the disaster area of South Dakota and the outside world. Volunteers with amateur ham radio sets are in near constant contact with other hams inside the Rapid City area to get news of disaster victims and survivors to family and friends across the country. Telephone service into Rapid City is curtailed sharply to allow survivors to make outgoing calls to friends and relatives. In other events this Saturday, Henry Kissinger is reassuring Japanese Prime Minister Sato that the U.S. will not abandon its post-war ally while seeking closer ties with China and the Soviet Union. Kissinger also forecasting that China would not use force against Japan's close trading partner, Taiwan. An American advisor reports that things are beginning to cool off in the 2-month battle for An Loc. Recent reinforcements to the city 60 miles north of Saigon are allowing a massive evacuation of the wounded. Back at home, former Selective Service Director Curtis Tarr, discussing the draft situation, says he believes the armed services would wind up with too many blacks and too many servicemen of lower intelligence if the draft ended right now. Tarr says the military must change its recruiting and manpower utilization policies if it's to avoid such problems when the draft expires June 30th of next year. Senator George McGovern's Democratic Convention delegation from California filled out its ranks today, but only after a floor fight over naming Senator John Tunney to the group. McGovern had included Tunney's name in a list of those he wanted, but delegates objected because Tunney only came out in support of McGovern yesterday after being pledged to Senator Edmund Muskie. Tunney was finally approved after Senator Alan Cranston suggested he be added, or else McGovern would be hurt in Illinois and New York. Meanwhile, the theme of the California Republican meeting was one of unity today, its meeting lasting only 2 hours. Governor Reagan later criticizing McGovern and his political policies. KSFO's sports reports. There will be doubleheader action tomorrow at Candlestick, Cap Day at the ballpark. Everyone entering the Candlestick Park will be given a San Francisco Giants cap. Game time 1 o'clock, the KSFO broadcast at 12:40. The Giants today lost to Chicago 4-2. The Mets down Houston 5-3. Atlanta clobbered Philadelphia 15-3. The Dodgers over Pittsburgh 2-1. St. Louis tonight beat San Diego 5-2. Cincinnati at Montreal postponed. In the American League, the Oakland A's beat Detroit 5-2. Cleveland over Minnesota 4-1. California down to Boston 7-3. Chicago took Milwaukee 6-1. The Yankees beat Kansas City 8-4, and Baltimore defeated Texas 5-2. Bay Area weather fair with a warming trend through Monday in the entire Bay Area. In the Sierra, clearing in the north portion this evening, fair otherwise through Monday. That's KSFO News. Bob Holmes reporting. KSFO News is everywhere.
Hi there. Hi there. I'm back.
Once again, Bobby Dale.
You know, everybody works out of their own bag. Can you understand that? I can understand that. Oh, I can understand something sweet and a candy bar. Like girl and me, that's what you are. I can understand it. Jack and Jill going up the hill. Storybooks and fairy tales. I know you can understand it. But if I love you to be anything but this, and I start bug. You see, can you understand that? I wanna know, can you understand that? Oh, Lord. Wait, it's alright. Wait, it's alright. I don't care, long as you don't try to hold me back. Can you understand? Yeah. Now look again. You wear your hair long, I wear my hair short. Talk that talk. Can you understand that? Yeah. Can you understand it? I don't put down a man for better hand, 'cause I know I'm doing the very best I can. Now I wonder would y'all mind if I played my guitar for just a few bars. Can you understand that? See, I got my way of picking my guitar. Can you understand it? Can you understand it?
Bobby Womack. Well, knock a couple of golden spikes where that cat blew. I just can't understand it. Bobby Dale, this is my wake-up hour, so that I can drive home with one eye open at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is when I get off from KSFO. Then I come back to work 8 to midnight Sunday, and then they throw me out in the street. But I don't care. Pat Williams, who's had about 4 albums on Verve. The titles I didn't remember, but I loved every album I ever heard. But I never saw one in the store, though, which sort of defeats its purpose. Well, we'll try to learn it by heart so that we can walk around humming a whole lot of Pat Williams things. River Deep, Mountain High, Bobby Dale, 18 minutes after 10 from KSFO. Martinelli's Steak Pit in Millbrae is one of those great restaurants for eating out as a pleasure rather than a chore. Yeah, you know, there's none of this waiting an hour and a half for a table. Martinelli's takes reservations. You don't have to carry a fortune in cash. Martinelli's accepts most major credit cards. While their steaks are the best in the peninsula, they also have barbecued prawns, barbecued chickens and prime rib, homemade cheese rolls, special sour cream for potatoes, homemade salad. I'm getting homesick, that's all. I miss the gang that hung around it. Dressing and cheesecakes, just a few more items, and make dining at Martinelli's a real pleasure. Martinelli's Steak Pit, 1180 El Camino Real in Millbrae. Let's fall on the sunny side of the street. Let me count your fingers. No fair, not while the game's going on. Before that, back home again in Indiana, Chet Atkins, which was taken from Jerry Thompson's locker. Is he still on vacation? Well, of course he's still on vacation. Either that or he's lost. There were 99 that safely lay in the shelter of the fold. Let me hear that thing, whatever it is.
Track buffs, go Golden. June 17th is the date for the annual Golden West Invitational Track and Field Classic, the National Prep Championship at Sacramento's Hughes Stadium, 12:30 p.m. Records are waiting to be broken, and over 100 of America's most outstanding athletes are out to shatter them. Gates open 11:30. June 17th, go Golden.
Had to give up running. At least on a cinder track.
After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, we're gonna chill and shine. We're gonna cause talk and suspicion, give an exhibition, find out what it is all laid back. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, gonna shake your tambourine. After midnight, it's gonna be peaches and cream. We're gonna cause talk and suspicion, give an exhibition, find out what is a holy bell. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. We're gonna cause talk and suspicion, give an exhibition, find out what it is all laid back. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. Lee, look at me. Can't you see that I love you, baby? Lee, baby, take me. Let me be the one you come home to. The one you come home to. I love you in every way. I love you. Need you both night and day. I
chop is gonna walk and I'll stumble. Cause I need you in every way. I need you. Love you both night and day. I love you. Look at me. Can't you see that I love you? Ooh, Lee. Baby, take me. Let me be the one you come home to. And I need you, Lee, yeah. I love you, Lee. I need you, Lee. Love in every way. Need you both night and day. Look at me. Can't you see that I love you? Ooh, Lee. Baby, take me. Let me be the one you come home to. The one you come home to. I love you in every way. Need you both night and day. Baby, can't you see? I'm happy we could be. Swear on the book that I love you. Oh, Lee. Baby, can't you see? You mean so much to me.
Sure is easy to dance with you. You're light as a feather, even sitting down. That's off the Detroit Emerald's first album, Lee. And you forgot the one before that? You only played two. Yeah, it's something to think about. I'm testing you, and you're not trusting me. Wow.
Listen to the station that has got the world's greatest way. KSFO, San Francisco. KSFO 560.
Yeah, we had DJ Kale after midnight. Old man Willis died like a maniac. Anytime.
Down in West Cal Parish, about 20 miles from Arkansas, lived a man and his wife and 4 or 5 children. The weirdest people I ever saw. Old man Willis, that's what everybody called him. He used to chase his young'uns and his wife with his Jim boy hunting knife. He had 4 coons, a cat, and a hound dog. They stayed in the same house with him. They ate from his dinner table, drank from his water bucket, slept in the same bed with him. Old man Willis, where do y'all come from? He used to chase his young'uns and his wife with his double-bladed sharp knife. Said she thought the man was crazy. Daddy said it's just a drunk. Lord, and some people said that he made his living making whiskey in the Bear River swamps. Oh man Willis, where do you get your bread? He used to chase his young'uns and his wife with his double-bladed hunting knife. I would see him coming down a dirt road in his 49 Pontiac, just getting it. And Mama would holler, y'all get under the house, 'cause Mr. Willis drive like a maniac. Oh man Willis, why do you drive so bad? He finally called his young'uns and his wife and slayed him with his hunting knife. Lord have mercy.
I thought he was just an eccentric with strange driving habits that drove him. Tony Joe White, it's your night.
Once there was a young girl who was a good time fun girl. She went through her younger life singing. Then at the time of 16, she got into a new thing. She dug the groups and the songs that they were singing. Into her life there came a long hair who said that she was nowhere unless she showed his friends some other favors. There, girl, you know you do your thing so fine. But there, girl, you get old before your time. Like a joint, she was passed round by the groups that came into the town, and she no longer cared about her welfare. With her leather bags and Moscow shoes, she acts as if she's nothing to lose, and she no longer combs her pretty long hair. Oh, groupie girl, you know you do your thing so fine. Yes, you do. Groupie girl, you get old before your time.
Tony Joe White. Groovy girl. Even if the good housekeeping people turn you down, I knew that you knew where it was at. Well, I thought they were all sincere. So you have to do it without thinking too much about it, or you lose it all.
I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, born like a vapor on the summer's air. I see her tripping where the bright streams play, happy as the daisies that dance on her way. Many were the wild notes her merry voice would pour. Many were the blackbirds that warble them more. I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air. I long for Jeannie with a day dawn smile, radiant in gladness, warm with winning guile. I hear her melodies like joy boys by, sighing round my heart, oh, the fond hopes that die, sighing like the night wind and sobbing like the rain, wailing for the lost one that comes not again. I long for Jeannie and my heart bows low, nevermore to find her where the bright waters flow.
Especially for Vaco, who is trying to hold it together driving in from, where does he live? Sleepy Hollow, with Washington Irving and York, or somewhere out there, San Anselmo or something, and usually driving in to do his Saturday night jamboree on Jive 95 KSAN. I let him use that album for 8 hours last week. I'm getting over my paranoia. Kinda. from the album the day I fell in love with a gypsy. Yeah, he didn't even tell me my fortune or ask anything. Not even inquiring about my past. But that was the first album that just really, Bacchanal, from Gabor Szabo. And that wasn't even the cut I wanted to play. This is the one I had in mind. probably remember it best by Nancy Sinatra. These boots were made for some velvet morning when I'm straight. It's going to cost me. It's going to come down heavy. From Gabor Szabo, and what was the one before? Was it Love is Good? No, The Look of Love. Yeah. I wanted to play Theme from the Valley, but I always get the wrong side on it. And then I get hung up, and then somebody called and said, why are you playing that Hungarian all the time? I don't know. Because I like his name, Gabor Szabo. Bobby Dale at 5 before 11. We got you something to fly with here? Good. Oh, I love you, mate.
Let me hear the children.
This summer, see your land on United Airlines, the airline that brings more families and friends together than any other. Because we cover this land in a big way with our roomy DC-10 and 747 friendships and the rest of the largest jet fleet in the world. This summer, fly the friendly skies to someone you love. Your land is our land.
This land was made for you and me.
For vacation packages in the East, they're making me nervous. Well, don't worry about it. Midwest or West, you ask your travel agent, put you in the friendly skies of United.
But I'm blue and so lonely. I don't know what to do but dream of you. Just dream of you. Dreams don't come true. Still, I can't keep from dreaming dreams of you. That's all I do. Baby, dream of you. There once was a time I called you mine. Then I lost you, and with you gone, life no longer seemed half so fine. So I sit here blue and so lonely, there's nothing left to do but dream of you. Baby, dream of you.
Crummy Young doing the vocal, Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, and Don Bias, and I know that one. Sit down. It's not a contest. Charlie Bird, nice work if you can get it. 1 minute after 11 with Bobby Dale from KSFO in San Francisco. With What's New, here's Bob Holmes. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
This is KSFO News. A weekend rampage by Mother Nature in the Black Hills of South Dakota is leaving at least 155 persons known dead, with officials predicting at least that many more when the search for bodies resumes at daylight. Waters are now beginning to recede after thousands of South Dakotans lost their homes in the Rapid City area when flash floodwaters from a 7-inch downpour yesterday and early this morning caved in a dam, sending a wall of water roaring into the city. Many hundred are still missing, and about 1,000 are reported injured. South Dakota Governor Richard Knipe estimates damage at least $100 million. In Vietnam, the war goes on. American B-52s pounding suspected Viet Cong positions just west of Saigon, only hours after the communists overran 2 government posts. The bombing raids are the closest to Saigon in almost 3 years. Presidential advisor Henry Kissinger is racking up more international traveling miles. He's in Japan to assure leaders of that country that Japanese-American relations will not suffer from Washington's friendliness with Peking and Moscow. Common Cause, a group that says it's a citizens' lobby for better government, is complaining today that President Nixon's re-election organization is violating the spirit of the new campaign spending laws by not disclosing sources of a political war chest valued at $10 million. The Republican meeting of California delegates to the Miami convention was relatively quiet today in Los Angeles, with President Nixon receiving total support in a quick 2-hour meeting. Meanwhile, the Democrats didn't have such an easy time electing their remaining 33 delegates to the Democratic convention, but after much discussion from the floor, all those recommended by George McGovern were finally elected to go to Miami Beach. It'll be several more days before fire officials will know if a $1 million fire at Stanford is a case of arson. Workmen are removing tons of debris from the top of damaged Encina Hall, the school's administration building, and fire officials say the investigation of the blaze will be a rough one. In other Santa Clara County fire action, arson is being investigated as a cause of a blaze so intense it warped and bent railroad tracks on an SP trestle bridge that provides a main freight link between San Jose and Oakland. The $40,000 fire causing the rerouting of rail traffic. An airlines extortionist is to be sentenced July 7th for making a bomb threat against Hughes Air West. Talbot Gregory, who entered a guilty plea, threatened the airline with a bomb in attempts to get $125,000. Gregory was grabbed by FBI agents when he tried to pick up the money. Here in San Francisco, those curious enough got a chance to take a look at a BART train today. BART officials opening the Powell Market Street station for inspection after yesterday's inaugural Trans-Bay tube ride from Oakland to San Francisco, that trip taking an hour and 15 minutes. But before you begin having second thoughts about riding underground for such a long period, the trip will take 9 minutes when the BART system becomes operational. Yesterday's trip taking longer because the main rail has not been energized, and 3 diesel locomotives had to pull the train at 8 miles an hour. A new type of high for 5 ex-heroin addicts today, including 1 girl. The 5 parachuting from a small plane from 3,000 feet to draw attention to a new drug treatment center in Berkeley. Bridge Over Troubled Waters, a community drug treatment center in the East Bay, staging the jump to draw support to continue the program, which provides ex-addicts with professional care and community programs aimed at returning them to productive activity in the shortest possible time. Well, if you're one of those who has a 1967 Cadillac that had to be towed to the city garage 5 times in the past 12 months, 3 times when you were being chauffeured as the only passenger, you'd probably want a new 1972 Cadillac too. So, next week, Mayor Aliotto gives up his old wheels and takes over a 72 Cad for official use, the $12,000 car to be leased at a cost of $324 a month to the city. KSFO's sports reports. Rick Monday drilled a 2-run homer in the top of the 9th, with Ron Santo adding a solo blast to give the Chicago Cubs a 4-2 win over the Giants today. They'll meet in doubleheader action tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The KSFO broadcast getting underway at 12:40. The Oakland A's beat Detroit today 5-2. And the horses were running at Belmont today. Riva Ridge capturing the Belmont Stakes. Defending U.S. Open king Lee Trevino is hospitalized in El Paso, Texas with acute bronchitis and the early stages of pneumonia, and he may not be able to defend his title at Pebble Beach starting next week. Bay Area weather, fair with a warming trend through Monday. Overnight temperatures in the mid-40s to low 50s. Highs tomorrow in the 60s near the coast to the mid-70s inland tomorrow, then into the low 80s on Monday. That's KSFO News. Bob Holmes reporting. KSFO News is everywhere. Back once again to more music with Bobby Dale.
I'm ready.
Hey ho, summer comes along. It comes every year and it's always gay. Hey ho, try to sing a song of how people feel when summer's on the way. The season that Rachel and Rube adore, when nature pulls her tricks, was best described by a troubadour way back in 1226. Summer is a coomin' in, lute sing cuckoo. Girlie strolleth in the park, Cupid lighteth up the spark. Sing cuckoo. Summer is a coomin' in, lute sing cuckoo. Every poet dreameth dream, salmon scrammeth up the stream. Life is new. Clubwoman planteth in the pot forsythia and hydrangea, and my poor heart's in danger. Twit, 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 chug, chug, chug. Summer is a coomin' in, lute sing cuckoo. Each libido goeth pop, Margaret Sanger closeth shop. Sing cuckoo. Even the noble working man forgets his mass production, goes in for mass seduction. In every dark and stagnant pond, the primitive amoeba divides and sings, Ich liebe. Twit, 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 chug, chug, chug. Summer is a coomin', you sing cuckoo. Balmy breezes smell like gin. Why the hell canst thou give in? Sing cuckoo. Twit, 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 chug, 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 drama, dromedary.
Summer's coming in. That's Bobby Short and Bobby Dale back with some entertainment for you. Come here, honey. You look fine. Little lint in your belly button, but with those moves, don't matter. Master Sounds, featuring Wes Montgomery. That's pretty incredible, man. How much it cost to come in here? Nothing, sir. It's just a record. We don't have a house band on the Bobby Dale Show. Kismet or Fate, or Ain't Love Funny? Now and then. Come here, you.